Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Welcome to this month of September. We are officially in Virgo season, so it's Earth energy, your home base energy. And so I hope you're feeling the vibe of some grounded energy, some completion energy, checking off lists, taking care of your health, your wealth, your money, your time. Um, we're going to do a monthly reading, and Capricorn can be your sun, your moon, your rising. Maybe it's a Venus or a Mars placement. Wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, this reading might apply. You also can be interested in a Capricorn, and you can be a cross watcher, somebody that comes to the reading to check up on a Capricorn in their life. You're welcome to be here if that's the case. All the decks that we'll be using in this month's reading will be listed in the description box below. And so I do welcome you here. I'm so glad that you've tuned in to this reading for Capricorn. We're going to jump right in to your Celtic cross spread for the month of September, Capricorn. Let's first look for your recent past. Let's look and see where your energy was prior to September. What did you have in your energy? Four of Wands. This is really home-based energy. It has to do with a home. It has to do with the people that share your home with you. It can be a partner, it can be a family member, but it's somebody that you share this. It's fire energy, so it's like a passionate connection. It can be a soulmate, it can be a partner, it can be wedding energy. Maybe you got married or you're married, but it's kind of happy house, happy spouse, or happy home energy with just anybody that you share it with. It's very home-based energy, something to do with your home. What is your current energy? What is your current energy in the month of September? It's the Magician. This is really beautiful. This is a manifester. This is a manifester of their destiny. So somebody that it's you essentially. I should quit saying these broad reference terms. Let's talk about Capricorn being the magician, willing to roll the dice, willing to juggle things and make things work and call your reality into being. Believing that you are magical, believing that you can kind of call the shots. Think Harry Potter. You've got your magic wand. You've also got your heart, your cups. You've got your pentacles, your money, and you've got your swords, your truth, your words, your communication. And you use all of those things to bring forth into being what you desire. The Magician is a really great energy to have in the month of September. Let's find out what is the challenge or the conflict or what kind of gets in your way of being the Magician. They're sticky. Temperance. This is major arcana for the sign of Sagittarius, and this has to do with moderation. You know, when you're go, 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 I always kind of get that energy of going and blowing. And you have to stop, and you've got to just realize that I'm going to add a little bit to my work life. I'm going to add a little bit to my partnership. I'm going to add a little bit. And before you know it, you have nothing left to give, because you probably are a Capricorn that you give everything. And that is what is the challenge, is temperance energy, is knowing I'm going to pour a little bit here and a little bit here, and I'm going to call it good. I do not have to pour everything I have into everything in my life. I can be a little more moderate. That's your challenge. So while you are the Magician, you also need to kind of slow down, temper your energy. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? What are you giving a lot of your mind attention to? The Nine of Coins. This is earth energy, and it has to do with being single, being an entrepreneur, being somebody that really takes care of business, you know, very much like I just got done saying, a Capricorn, you're going to give all you have to give. But this Nine of Coins is really kind of a smaller version of the Queen of Coins, somebody who's very in charge of their purse, their time. They know exactly, you know, I'm going to spend 9 hours at work and I'm going to spend this much time at home. And you're very good at managing your life in the physical world, giving to people, places, and things how you need to, organizing yourself, staying really loyal and dedicated, and a very hard worker. And this is on your mind, and this seems like your natural energy. It doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary by any means. So what is under the surface? And this might be, you might not be aware of this. It might be something even that you kind of keep pushed down. You don't really want it to be out in full view. What is that for Capricorn? The Ace of Wands. This is your passion. This is fire. This is your ability. I always get the image of like striking a match. That's the Ace of Wands. What is it that you are turned on by? Something that you're turned on by, you kind of keep it under the surface. You don't really bring this energy out into the open. Maybe you don't have somebody to bring out your passion with, and or it's like a career move, an open energy towards maybe a new position, a new job, a new career. This can be a new relationship. So maybe there is a desire for you to be in relationship, to have steamy, passionate, new beginning in some sort of a romantic energy, or something to do with your job or your career. So it's under the surface, it's there, but it doesn't feel like it's coming really out front and center. What is in your near future? For Capricorn, the near future. It's the Six of Wands. This is more fire energy, and your near future is success. It's victory. It's being celebrated. It's really a lot to do with, I always think employee of the month, getting your picture up in the break room or out in the front of the lobby of the building, where the Capricorn is being celebrated for being such an awesome employee, for taking care of business, for being trustworthy, for making those business deals, for just being, you know, the company's maybe best star employee. And everybody is cheering for you and celebrating you. And this can be really in any area of life necessarily. So as you move into the future, just know you are going to be in the winner's lane, and you're going to be taking a lap, and people are going to be celebrating and clapping and just cheering you on. What is external energy? It's somebody outside of you that affects you. It's external energy. What is that for Capricorn? The Six of Coins. And this is a person that is very much about equal give and take. This person is earth energy based, so they could also be an earth sign, a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Taurus. And they believe in equal give and take. They believe in reciprocity. They believe in, if you give to me, I'll give to you. If you share with me, I'll share with you. So this is a person that's very much as invested in you as you are in them. And your internal energy in the month of September, Capricorn, what is your internal energy? The Eight of Swords. This has to do with anxiety, has to do with worrying. It has to do with too much time in your head. I just got that song, and this could be a homework song for you, but too much time on my hands. I've got too much time on my hands. Eight of Swords. And therefore I have the free time to be able to think about things and worry about things and have anxiety. It really is overthinking, and it is not just overthinking simply. It is really getting stuck in your mind and playing back scenarios and going over details to the point where you feel like you're driving yourself crazy because you're stuck in a prison of your own thinking. You're not stuck there. You can get out, but you stay there and you just replay over and over again what you shoulda, coulda, woulda done or said if you could go back, or you're worrying about the future. You know, they say depression is thinking about the past, and anxiety is worrying about the future. So it could be a mix of both. What is your hopes and your fears? What are you hoping for, but you could also fear it? Sometimes we get like that. We want something, but we're also pushing it away. It's the 10 of cups. I'm sorry, the 10 of coins, which is the 10 of pentacles, which is more earth energy. So on your mind over here was the 9 of coins, and then hopes and fears is 10, which is the completion, which is like a full wallet where it's brimming over with money or lots of time and the ability to really be successful and have everything. Maybe you've invested in the stock market and you've received, all the plethora that comes from really doing good at that. And this is in your hope and fear. Your hope is that you will have this energy of absolute success, completion, winning at your physical energy. But then I have a fear about winning and having it all and being rich and famous and successful. So it's just a little bit of like, it's a hope and a fear. It feels either way. There's good and bad to either way. What is the potential future final outcome for Capricorn? Potential future final outcome for the month of September for Capricorn. Look at that, the Queen of Coins. So I said that 9 of coins is kind of the reduced version of this queen. And so this is your final outcome, is the Queen of Coins. This is very feminine energy. It doesn't mean you have to be a female to have it, but it is more, I always get the sense that it's Mother Earth. And you think about all the qualities that Mother Earth possesses, a mother in general, a very nurturing, caring, providing for you, making sure that you've eaten, you have a warm bed, you've got a roof over your head, you've got money in your bank account, you've got a lunch packed for the next day. Very Queen of Coins. Organizing, making sure that all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. So as a final outcome, this is very organized and success oriented, and there is a really good blend of wand energy, fire, passion, drive, but also these coins, these pentacles, which is your energy of groundedness and, thinking clearly, having a little bit of hopes and fears and a little worries and concerns, but ultimately it feels very grounded and successful in the month of September. We're going to bring over this other deck and do a round of clarification. So let's go back to the 4 of Wands for the sign of Capricorn. The 4 of Wands. Clarify that 4 of Wands. We have the Sun in your recent past. This connection, it could be even a soulmate partnership that you share a house with. It's 11-11, so that is the soulmate energy. There's just this blessing that was over you, and this is Leo, so you could be partnered up with a Leo, but just happy, joyful, optimistic, really seeing the most positive way to go. So as you enter into September, you came from a really good, positive, optimistic place with this 4 of Wands energy. And let's clarify the Magician. Clarify the Magician for the sign of Capricorn. Nine of Cups. This is the wish fulfillment. So as you are manifesting your desired outcome or your desired reality, you are a very firm believer that your manifestations are coming to fruition. You really believe that. And the challenge about having just kind of slow your roll there, Capricorn, just dial it down a bit. You need to balance and moderate yourself. You can't just go full steam ahead with everything. Tell me about this temperance energy, please. It's the 10 of Pentacles, so we have that here in your hopes and fears. It's also showing up in the challenge area. So where your full, successful, complete energy is concerned, that's where you are struggling to have moderation. Something to do, something holds you back from obtaining the full complete picture. It's like legacy energy, family heirloom energy, grandfather kind of energy of just passing down a full purse. Something about a full purse. You kind of struggle. You're okay with having 9 and being this queen energy, but when it concerns this 10 of coins, the full complete, maybe it feels like, if you get what you want, will you still want what you've gotten? Does that make sense? There's a struggle or a challenge around that. 9 of coins. What's on your mind? What is on your mind, Capricorn? 9 of coins. The 9 of swords. So while you are focusing on being independent and maybe even single and an entrepreneur, you really get caught up in your head. 8 of swords, 9 of swords. And this even is so concerning that it keeps you up at night, that it creates insomnia, that your thoughts just get the best of you. And so you're really focusing and thinking about, I'm the 9 of coins. I'm this trustworthy, loyal, independent person, but you worry. You worry about if you can maintain getting to the 10. What's under the surface? The Ace of Wands. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Maybe you're interested in starting a new relationship or being passionate. There's the Magician again. And this is, remember, manifesting your destiny, manifesting your desires, and bringing forth what you want to see. And there is this struggle, this Ace of Wands, of being newly passionate or starting a new job or a new career. And just, it's not out in the open yet. So maybe it's just not even here yet. But the Magician is the manifester of what you want to see happen. And so bringing this out into the open, maybe you do need to spend a little time focusing and concentrating on what you want to see develop in passion, romance, or job career. And as you move into the future, clarify the 6 of Wands, you being put in the success seat and taking a victory lap. Tell me about Capricorn and the 6 of Wands, the King of Cups. This is a beautiful, masterful heart energy of being calm and cool and collected and taking action on your heart. So when you do that, you really are in this being celebrated energy, and it's about the things that you really love and that you're action oriented on, and you're celebrated for it. In your external energy, it's someone that is a very balanced, equal give and take person. Tell me about 6 of coins. Queen of Pentacles again. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. You could be dealing with someone that has earth energy prominent in their chart. But it is that mothering energy, that Mother Earth energy. This person is really good at recognizing what you are able to give, and then they match you. They don't leave you the only one doing all the work. They see what you're capable of and what you've done, and they match you. And it feels really beautiful and fair. Feels very feminine energy. Let's clarify Eight of Swords for Capricorn. Why is the Eight of Swords here? The Hermit. So when you have too much time on your hands, too much time in your head, it's when you spend time by yourself. It feels like when you're busy working or you're busy connecting with family and friends, you probably are good. But when you detach and you go off by yourself, it puts you into this Eight of Swords state of mind. The Hermit is good. It's earth energy. It's Virgo. It is when you try to go find your wisdom. But in an attempt to go find wisdom and be alone and think your thoughts, sometimes you go overboard. And maybe that is why Temperance energy is showing up as your challenge, because it's good to go be alone. It's good to have time to yourself. But if you're finding it hard to not go too far overboard over here, to keep it moderated, and just a little bit of time is good, but too much time in my head is not good. Tell me about 10 of Coins for the sign of Capricorn. Why is the 10 of Coins here in their hopes and fears? The Fool. You do have that, I want ultimate success and I want a full purse and a full bank account, but I also fear that. The Fool says, and it has to do with, taking risks, taking chances. And I'm going to bring it back to, again, that stock market analogy of, I'm going to take a risk and take a chance. I'm going to be the fool and I'm going to invest money in something and in hopes that I will have 10 coins, but I'm also afraid that I'm going to lose 10 coins. So while I want to be rich, I fear being rich, because if I have it all, I could risk losing it all. And it just, maybe that's what you're so worried about and up in your head about. Tell me about the Queen of Coins as the final potential outcome here for the sign of Capricorn. It's the Three of Wands. Has to do with future-oriented energy. As you embody this Queen of Coins, this Mother Earth, this very nurturing, loving, kind, giving energy, it's very future-focused for you. You know that this lovely mother energy that comes over you from time to time, it has a lot to do with you looking into the future and knowing that I want that energy in my life. And I know that as I look into the future and I see how I want my life to go in the long run, I know that having that energy in my life right now is what I also want to, I want to give it because I want to receive it. It's very much that reciprocity energy coming back full circle, and knowing that your passions and your drive and your energy, you've really pour a lot into having stability and structure. Let's grab an oracle card for you. This is Whispers of Lord Ganesha. Let's find a theme for the month of September for the sign of Capricorn. What can we share with Capricorn? Empowerment. Look at Lord Ganesha is just glowing with this beautiful sun-like energy, this amber gold, lovely. It's very solar plexus, and that is empowerment. That is that chakra that's just around the navel area of our bodies, and it is your area of personal power, empowerment. So believing in yourself, believing in your confidence and your strength and your ability to make things happen. This is card number 25, and 25. So it breaks down to a 7, and 7 is about withdrawal and contemplation and metaphysics. And empowerment is your theme for September, Capricorn. Empowerment. this is your reading. Please remember, Spicy Sunflower Tarot can be found on TikTok and on YouTube, and your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares. All of your comments are lovely, and I appreciate everything as far as being a part of the channel. Thank you again for being here. Be blessed, be well, and we'll see you next week for your weekly reading.